So you guys who have subscribed to my channel or who have may followed my channel for a long time may know who I am. My name is Simon Brea, and for those of you who follow my channel, you'll know that I tend to post a lot of vlogs, a few skits here and there, mostly lighthearted content. But unfortunately, that may have to change a little bit, just because the reason why this is going to change is because, well, this whole coronavirus pandemic, obviously. I'm just going to start out by reading what's going on with the coronavirus in global news right now. For starters, the coronavirus has now been deemed by the World Organization of Health, I believe, as a global pandemic. The coronavirus has spread so fast to the point where now celebrities are being infected as well. Reports came in today that I believe Rudy Goldberg, NBA star, has just tested positive for the coronavirus, as well as movie stars Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, while they were working on an Elvis Presley movie, I believe. While we're on the topic of NBA and Rudy Goldberg, the NBA has just also suspended their season because of the coronavirus pandemic. Finally, President Trump has also issued a 30-day travel ban between the USA and Europe in hopes to mitigate this whole coronavirus pandemic. Now, in terms of a bit of a more local news standpoint, I kind of want to talk about that. That's kind of been the main focus of this video, is talking about what's going on locally where I live, as well as kind of my opinions on the coronavirus as they stand right now, and they may change later. So an issue was sent out today by the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, saying that all SUNY and CUNY schools, they will resort to online classes, mostly through a program called Zoom. This is going to be taking place on March 19th. Since I go to SUNY Purchase, I received an email, however, saying that residence halls and the dining halls will still be open, so students do have the option to stay on campus. Now, for those of you who are wondering what's going on right now in terms of how I'm doing, where I live, what's going on in my community so far. A few weeks ago, the coronavirus, as you know, touched base in New York and kind of infected its first person, and from there on it spread. Eventually, a few days later, the first person in Westchester County tested positive for the coronavirus. This raises a bit of a red flag for me because, as I've stated before, I go to school at SUNY Purchase, and SUNY Purchase is, of course, in Westchester County. So what they've done, especially for us right now, since the coronavirus has kind of afflicted where I live, where thousands of students live, especially college students in such a densely populated area, what they've done right now is that they have resorted to doing online classes, right? They started around Wednesday. However, for my major, we started at around Tuesday, so we got to start a little bit of a day early. I was supposed to have theory at 9 in the morning. When I found out at 30 minutes before, when I actually just woke up, I received texts from my friends saying that the coronavirus has gotten to the point where the teacher had to cancel the theory class. As well as later in the day, I had a vocal ear training midterm. Our teacher canceled that class as well. And since then on out, I really haven't left my dorm for any classes at all, except for earlier today when I had a midterm for one of my language classes. So this is kind of interesting, actually. Now, back to the whole announcement regarding Andrew Cuomo and his coronavirus announcement. As I'm sure you all know, he stated that effective immediately on March 19th, all SUNY and CUNY schools are going to be doing online classes. Hours after he made this announcement, a few students have decided to create a petition where the state of New York would grant partial tuition refund for students afflicted by this, for students who go to SUNY and CUNY schools. And the reason why is because, well, simply stated, the students never volunteered to take online classes. They volunteered to take in-person classes, face-to-face classes. Now, I'm kind of having some mixed feelings about this right now because, of course, I think it's a great idea for some students who may be going through a bit of financial difficulty and maybe kind of need the money in order for them to support themselves a little bit further and possibly pay for future years, for future tuition. However, at the same time, I kind of disagree with it a little bit because it's not like the college is canceling classes completely. The students are still kind of getting an education. So there's one pro and there's one con from my perspective. Now, one thing that's really leaning me towards the total agreement for the petition is that the online classes really don't apply for every major. So especially here at SUNY Purchase is a school that is known for its performing arts program. I'm an opera major right now. I have a lot of classes that rely on performance, that rely on really face-to-face interaction. It's kind of hard to do that when I'm doing it online, especially through an online class, of course. Even if my class can't meet through Zoom or through any remote video chat site like Skype or I don't know, never know. Especially me because and other music students because I have a class at the end of each week where I kind of have to sing a song in Italian. And that's usually done in person. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that if I can't be there. So that's kind of my stance on the whole petition to advocate for a partial tuition refund. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Now, my opinion on the coronavirus in general. There are a lot of mixed opinions about this. Some people are saying that this is an important situation that we're dealing with, and the World Health Organization has made that very clear when they issued this as an official pandemic. Some people are saying that it's really not a big deal and that it's nothing to worry about. And I can see both sides of the argument. I'm looking at it from both perspectives. I understand the second argument too, because studies show that as of right now, there are more recoveries from the coronavirus than actual fatalities. But still, I also agree with the first opinion because I feel like people are missing a key detail is that viruses and other diseases are known to evolve into maybe less benign versions of the disease or more benign versions of the disease. You never know. So what I'm saying is that the disease can either evolve into something less harmless or something more harmless. So the disease, as we've all learned in Plague Inc., diseases can evolve into different strains that may affect different parts of the body in a more severe way, or it may evolve into different strains that could render it completely useless. It can become more of a threat, it can become less of a threat, and studies show that the people that are really severely affected are people who are elderly, have respiratory issues, or have immunodeficiencies. People who are young and are in great health are more likely than not probably going to recover. However, at the same time, there have been a decent amount of fatalities reported, and this coronavirus situation is not to be taken lightly. Now, the USA is certainly not suffering the most from it, but the fact that Andrew Cuomo has to cancel a few SUNY and CUNY schools, more than a few actually, the fact that he has to do that and issue an announcement about that to the public and do it as soon as March 19th, which is about 8 days away, about a week away, this is a pretty serious issue. And of course, Italy, aside from China, which is where the disease started, is currently bearing the brunt of it right now. And for the people who don't really seem to think that this is a big deal, I would like to point something out. I posted on my karate account, actually, for those of you who don't know, you should probably follow us. I'm in Brea Karate, by the way. It's poppin'. I posted something on my story where they said, in regards to SUNY and CUNY closing all classes, possibly closing their campus. Now, I don't know if they're going to close the fitness center I purchased, so I kind of assumed for the worst that maybe they would close the fitness center, and I said, oh, what's going to happen? How am I going to practice karate, right? Where am I going to do it now? And one of my followers, actually from Italy, responded to the story, and I'm actually going to read it word for word, and if I make any mistake, I'm sorry. I am reading it word for word. There were a little bit of errors, but that's totally okay. He said, "Hello, my friend. I'm happy to follow you. I really like martial arts. I see this in your story. I'm from Italy. Here is like a war. We underestimated the virus in the beginning. Today, we pay the consequences. But maybe we see the end of this nightmare. All the best for USA." So, coming from the perspective of an Italian citizen, we can safely see that underestimating the virus and just leaving it alone and not worrying about it is not the way to go in order to combat it. Now, I'm not saying we should panic about it. To the people that kind of dismiss the coronavirus as a not so big deal, as for the people that kind of dismiss the coronavirus as kind of like a problem that's down here, as if there are bigger problems in this world, and there are other big problems in this world, but I think as of right now, the coronavirus is probably the biggest problem that we're dealing with right now. Even though the death rate is very low, still, we don't know what could happen. That's really kind of my take on it. In conclusion, I guess, just watch out, really, because as of right now, from where I live, I've received several emails from the SUNY Purchase Administration saying that the threat level of the coronavirus here at Purchase is low. There are no confirmed cases of the coronavirus here at Purchase, and I'm very happy about that. That I am very rest assured about that. But things change. The coronavirus is apparently not that deadly, especially to people who are healthy, who are elderly, who don't have any kind of immunodeficiencies. But one thing is for sure, it spreads fast. It spreads very, very fast. Now we should be careful. Definitely wash your hands. As of right now, wash your hands for 20 seconds, sing happy birthday twice, or if you don't want to sing happy birthday twice, you can just find your own songs. I don't freaking know. But I am offering my opinion, and I think that in terms of this, in a time like this where when an official global pandemic is going on right now, I feel like we can take every opinion that we can get so that we can get a better idea as to what the entire population of a country, of a continent, of the entire world is thinking. And that kind of tally, that kind of opinion, that kind of global opinion that we can get may help us take that next step. So as of right now, just be safe. I'm okay. I'm sorry to bring you guys a bit of a depressing video like this, or like a bit of a serious video like this. I don't like to do this, and I promise you, Simon Brea's Weekend Vlogs, episode 10, the 2020 New York International Open is in the works. Hopefully that'll be my next release, and then we can get back to the whole positivity. But if this whole thing persists, I'm going to try to keep making more and more videos based on the daily news. That's what's going on in terms of global news and in terms of what's going on here in Westchester County. So, yeah. Anyway, so just to recap, as of right now, all face-to-face, in-person classes are canceled for SUNY and CUNY schools, and I believe some private schools as well, so now we have to do remote learning. A lot of people have just decided to go home and just take their classes at home. My roommate is gone. My roommate is back home. I don't know when he's coming back. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now at Purchase and other schools. And if there's an update, I'll let you know. If the virus tends to get a little bit more alarming, then I'll try to make another video about that, explaining my stance on it. And if the pandemic becomes less and less of an issue, I'll make a video about that, and hopefully it'll be my last one. But that is kind of my first and hopefully the only installment of this video that I'm gonna make. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and comment what you think, what your opinion is about this whole thing, and let me know what you think about the coronavirus, and maybe we can talk about it. Maybe we can kind of share different opinions, and maybe we can work together, just do something. But I'm not a news source. I'm not, I don't know, but I'm just a college kid who's just trying to offer his opinion. So, yeah, just don't be rude in the comments. Don't be rude in the comments. Yeah, if you have an opinion and if it contrasts with mine, just like put it in a respectful way. Maybe we can talk it out. But just don't say anything rude in the comment, because if you say something rude in the comments, I'm not gonna respond. I'm not gonna delete it either, because that's just censorship, and I'm not gonna respond. So there you go. That's just my 2 cents on it, and hopefully this is the last time I have to make a video like this. I don't want to make any more videos like these, because the coronavirus is alarming me, especially since I live in Westchester County. So yeah, that's it.